Turbo Trading with head trader Robert Knight, MBA.
We're going to do a video here on the wedge patterns and trying to determine, what the wedge pattern for a breakout is, where it's coming into the apex of a wedge. So the IMMX, I drew the wedge from the high of day touching here and here, but I could have driven it. I could have drawn it here like this as well. Same thing, or maybe this was it here like this, and it was coming into the wedge there, but it popped and has pulled back. So now I'm going to draw it to touch those ones there. But really, there's the big wedge. The most important part, and you can see that it got up to the top of that wedge and backed off. So the most important part is to draw the lines where everybody else is going to be drawing them, not just where you think is most convenient. And then really, this is the wedge pattern like this. You could draw it like this, which would coincide with the 50 period moving average. So that's maybe a better place to draw it like that. And so it is coming into the apex of the wedge, but you need to use these longer term ones to show where everybody else is drawing it. Now, RELI, by the same token, originally this was the wedge like this, and it popped out through it, and that's and I was using this as the longer term, or the bottom line here. The problem with this pattern that I've drawn here, so we've touched all the bottoms like this. This is a key trend line for sure. I wouldn't draw it any other way. And originally I had it like, probably like this. The problem is it popped out too early. It wasn't at the apex of the wedge, and it ended up being a fake out breakout. So now the wedge is looking like this for RELI. So it's still a long ways from the apex of the wedge as well. And it needs a lot of work to do. This one, though, if it does get squeezed coming into the close over, 10, the wedge isn't a factor here. There's something else going on. It's a short squeeze because it's the end of day and the shorts don't want to hold this overnight. So it negates the wedge pattern and it busts out and away it goes. But you can see here, this is a key trend line for RELI. And as luck would have it, when you connect it with these here, it connects with these ones there. So that is the key channel pattern for it right at the moment. And so it's a long ways from the wedge.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.